What's going on? This is Donald Tardy with Obituary, and you're watching Planet Metal.
Donald, nice to have you over here in Europe. How is the tour going so far? And I think you were here the last time for some summer festivals last year. How's the tour going so far?
Yeah.
You enjoying it?
It's been unbelievable. Only 5 shows so far, and 4 of them were sold out. So the fans are paying attention to Inked in Blood, and I think they're excited to see Obituary. So it wasn't long ago we were here for the festival season, but it feels good to have a 16-date European tour on our hands here. So we're excited about this.
So you got 2 new members in the band, which are touring the first time with you now. It's Terry Butler and Kenny Andrews.
Yep.
How are they doing so far? How are they enjoying the tour life? Have they stand at the test of the tour so far?
Terry's been a friend for 30 years, and he's the godfather of death metal. So he did many years playing for Chuck and Death, and of course 6 Feet Under. So it was a very easy blend to bring Terry in because he's a professional. He's been touring longer than all of us. Ken's having a blast. He stepped in at the perfect time because he's a good friend of ours and an amazing guitar player. And so the band members really do get along unbelievable right now. We're super tight on stage. So the touring right now is the shows are going very well, and the fans are, I think, really showing the appreciation to such just tight old guys going for it and playing metal like it should be on stage.
You say old guys. You're past 40 now, all of you.
I'm the youngest, and next Thursday I'll turn 45. So we're not young anymore, but we're still like kids though. We're still having a blast.
You're like family, I guess, in the band.
Yeah, I've been Trevor and I have been friends since 1980. So he's like a brother. I mean, it's 30 years of our lives hanging out together. It's definitely a family affair.
Do you think this is why you're still around, because you're so down to earth guys?
I think so. I think you got to be really good friends to stay together that long. It's like a marriage. It's more than a marriage. You know, it's a business and a marriage together, and that's sometimes not the greatest thing. But we are having more fun now recording music and playing live than we ever have. So it's a bright future right now for Obituary and Obituary fans when it comes to music and live performances with us.
The new record, Inked in Blood. It's been a while since the last one. I think the last one was 2009.
Yeah.
I know all the people are asking you, why did it take you so long? But I know, because you're very sophisticated when you're working as well with songwriting, and you took your time because you did all for yourself. You produced the album yourself. You did the crowdfunding this time with the Kickstarter. Is this a way for bands of your size to work in the future?
I think it's a way. I don't know if it is the perfect way. I think other bands are going to try it and hate it, and I think some people will fail at it. I can only speak for Obituary, you know, and we went for it, and we made a very powerful campaign, so that's why it was successful, to fulfill all those orders and to successfully get the right product to the right person around the world. 900 people. It was a challenge, and it's something that we will think very long and hard next time before we do it again, because it was a big chunk of work to fulfill that many orders. But I think it might be the way of the future. It's probably not for every band, so only time will tell after a few years how many successful projects actually work this way, and that the band is happy doing it and the fans are happy with the results, because that's going to be the key. So to answer your question, I think it's the way of the future, but you got to be careful, and fans have got to understand how long it takes to finish a record, because it was a year before that we actually raised the money. It just takes a long time to finish a record, and fans will learn real fast.
So they were expecting the record the next day when they paid.
Yes. Some people didn't understand the concept that the band is writing an album, and we want help recording an album. So we want you to pre-order the record, but that means pre-order, and you wait till the album is finished, and it was 1 year later. And the good thing is, it seems like 99.9% of all fans got what they asked for, and in one piece.
So you had the possibility to clean out your attic and your basement from all the drum stuff and all this shit.
Yeah, all the old cymbals from Cause of Death, and I gave the snare drum away from World Demise, and yeah, man, it was a cool campaign.
I heard out first on the new record as well is that you didn't change very much over the years. Right. Of course, your music sounds still like Obituary does on Slowly We Rot, just with more, with new techniques for recording or so. But I think one of the crucial points is that you are very simple songwriting.
Right.
Yeah. So do you think this is the main cause of your success over the years that you're still here?
I think that we're happy with our style, and so we would never compromise that, because I think Obituary's, the band, the logo, the thing that is Obituary is all we have, and which is our style, and we're good at that. That very basic mid-tempo, groovy, easy listening metal. It's probably a reason why we have the success we do, because we found our niche and we're perfecting it now. And Inked in Blood is a perfect example. It's a very simple album, but it's not always easy to play simple. It's sometimes easier to play super fast technical. It's hard to play simple, really powerful, and that's what we're learning in our careers right now. Is that it's not as easy as it looks.
That was not my point. My point was that, as you said, it sounds easy, but it doesn't.
Absolutely.
It doesn't work like that. No.
That's right. That's right. And it is an Obituary style. It's like in our live performances, like tonight we will see we play very mid-tempo and slow songs, and maybe we make it look easy.
It's for the old people like us to headbang.
Yeah, man.
More easier.
Yes. And even for the young people that come in not knowing much Obituary, hopefully they see that as well. It's about, with us, it's about simplifying and perfecting those simple parts.
Speaking of young people, are you aware that there are some people in the audience that weren't even alive when Slowly We Rot came out?
Yeah, and we're experiencing.
It's weird.
We're experiencing now fathers and mothers bringing their children, their adult children, to concerts. So that's pretty amazing to see a father saying, "Can you take a picture with my son?" It's just great. It shows how old we're getting. But B, it also shows that it means something to people, and they're bringing their families to it.
Next generation. Yeah. Between Back from the Dead and Frozen in Time, there was a bit of a gap in your history, but you weren't off the screen. You just you never said you split up. You just right. What happened? I think the metal was down in the end of the 90s.
I think it was a tough time of metal world. I think it was us probably on record label that we weren't happy anymore, and it just the music scene and the music industry probably made us take a step back a little bit, is what happened. But it's funny if you look back now, because it seems like a blink of an eye, because now since then we've had 4 albums, I think, and 5 years in between the last album and the new one. It's still we're never a band to worry about how long is it going to take. We don't really care. We let the music find us. And when the album's ready, the album's ready. No deadlines, no hurry up. Just when it's ready to go.
And you produced the album yourself this time as well, with help of Mark Prater.
Mark Prater is always there, because if something happens to the computer and it crashes, or the Pro Tools rig needs an update and that we can't figure out. Other than that, this was 100% our production. It was a group effort of just knowing over the years, how do you get a good sound? It's about a good mic placement on that cabinet where the speaker is, and it's about making sure the drum set sounds great before you even hit the record button, and that was a big part of Inked in Blood. The microphones were set up. We worked for months on the drum set, and by the time we hit record, we were already listening to what the production was going to be at the album, because we did it completely live. It was no sound replacement, no triggering anything. It was just microphones, the band members, and their instruments, and that's all we had to work with. So it's very going back to the old school feel. No modern technology coming in.
But I think Trevor is still playing the same setup and the same guitar and the same amplification as he did on Slowly We Rot.
Absolutely. There's a Fender Stratocaster with a Rat distortion pedal, and his Marshall JCM 800 100 watt or 50 watt, either one of them. If he gets the JCM 800 series, he's happy. and it's very old school. I mean, he's never changed, and people love his sound.
Never change a winning sound.
Yeah, you don't change the sound like that.
So, do you think your background coming from Florida, Tampa, does it some contribution to your as people or as band, to your evolution as band, that you're so still down to earth?
I don't know, man. I mean, if we grew up in Pittsburgh or in Chicago, I would like to think I would have been the same person still. But there's no question, man. You know, my family is from Florida. We're all Florida people. My dad was a, good old boy. He was a good old country boy and liked Willie Nelson and Waylon Jennings and Charlie Daniels, and he liked some country music, and that turned into my oldest brother turning me on to the music he loved, which was also Florida based, which was the Leonard Skinner and Molly Hatchet, and that style. That was what I grew up to. And then, of course, Black Sabbath entered my life and Trevor's life with Iron Maiden and Ozzy and Dio, and
the usual career.
And blending that with the southern roots of Florida that we had with Leonard Skinner. I think there's where you get the basic metal from Obituary, and maybe that's why we do sound like we do, because we are Florida born boys in the swamps down there.
Maybe I'm looking dumb now because I didn't know Willie Nelson, but yeah. Now I know him. I will Google him.
Yes, he has 100 records.
Is he? I have 100 records too, but they are all different.
Yeah.
Some Obituary records as well.
Obituary has written 110 songs. Willie Nelson has written just as many albums.
Oh yeah, so it's the Udo Jürgens of Florida, of America. Yeah. Anyway, last topic. You're doing a very unusual thing for a metal guy. You're just caring about cats in Tampa with a thing called Metal Meowlicia. Yeah. How did you hit upon that?
It's just something I started. I mean, it's in Florida. There's a problem with homeless animals, especially homeless cats, because they breed all year because there's no winter. In the wintertime in Austria, the animals stop breeding because the babies will die from frost, from freezing. And in Florida, there is nothing like this, so they breed year-round. So the feral cat population, the homeless cat population, is a big problem. And 11 years ago, maybe a decade ago, I've always been an animal person, and I figured out in my backyard how to, and in my neighborhood and just around my area, how to control that, which is called trap, neuter, and return. And all it is a little trap that you borrow from the Humane Society that I do, from a rescue group, and you just individually trap the cats that are in your area, and they just simply walk into the trap after a piece of food. It closes behind them. You take them, they get their vaccinations, and they get the spay-neuter operation, so there's no more babies, and then you release them right where you trap them, and they can still live their lives like they're going to, but there's no more breeding. So it cuts the population down, and I have successfully taken care of my community for the last 10 years, and there's no more, or very little percentage of animals and the cats breeding in my colonies.
So how many cats are there you have to look after?
I just take care of maybe 2 square kilometers, just a very small area around a college town in Tampa. And it's about 25 different colonies that I take care of, and it's close to 150 cats maybe total that I care for. Which, the main thing is we stop the breeding process by trap, neuter, and return, and then I just care for them. So every day before the sun goes down, I provide them with fresh water and some food. I leave at the colonies, and I'm like a UPS guy, a FedEx driver. Just stop, a little bit of food, stop, for maybe an hour and a half before the sun goes down, and then when I'm gone on tour, my girlfriend takes care of them as well. So we just care for them and just make sure the colonies don't no newcomers come in getting girls pregnant. So it's a constant
control process
to monitor each of my colonies and always get the new ones fixed. It's a cool.
That's a cool thing.
It's a very cool thing, and it's done on my dollar. I don't. It's not government run or anything. It's
So you don't get contributions from other people?
we do from some fans because they think it's cool what we do, and they see how much we do. I mean, it went from only taking care of 2 or 3 colonies to we're close to 30 now, and so it's very expensive to do what we do. But
It takes time as well.
and it does take time, but I love doing it. I love doing it. I'll always do it. And so fans see that, and if they like to help out, we always take donations through the website. There's a email called helpcats@obituary.cc, and people can write.
Look it up.
Yeah, help cats at obituary.cc.
And do you think cats are more metal than dogs?
Cats are definitely more metal than dogs.
Why is this?
Well, you tell me. Don't they look more metal? I mean, cats are just. I mean, doesn't meow. You know.
They behave more metal.
Yeah, you know, and of course they're the most downloaded creature on the planet, but they're also the most animals in animal shelters being put to sleep every day is a cat. So I always just let fans know, next time you go get a pet, just go to the shelter first, man, and find the perfect cat or dog, because he probably will not be alive tomorrow. But if you bring him home, man, he'll show you love, because they know where they're at the shelters, and it's very sad that what happens every day. So, you know, your next pet, go adopt it. You know, that's what I do. That's how I got all my pets and all my friends and family. I let them know, just when you're ready for our next pet, man, go to the shelter, man, save a life. Yeah, man.
Cool thing. Don, thank you for your time, and yeah.
Cool, man. Absolutely. Thank you.
Okay, Donald, cool to have you back in Europe. I hope you're enjoying the tour so far. Kollegen für Stormbringer. Okay.